First of all, I want to clear up the obvious. I have purple hair again. I haven't had this since October last year, and I'm pretty psyched about it, although I'm pissed at how this turned out because it's not saturated enough and I missed spots. And two, yes, I am sick. That's why I sound really weird, but let's get on with the video.
So where's the powder high? She's got a booty that's all American, like Kim Kardashian. She's supersizing it, all American, built like a battleship. She's double decking it, all American. That's all American.
Hi guys! Okay, so if you follow me on social media, a lot of you would already know this, and a lot of my friends and family already know this because I made a huge deal about it. But if you didn't know, I went to a concert a few weeks ago. And a few weeks ago, I was so excited for this concert that like, it literally made me nervous. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about.
Speaking of which, I'm seeing Nick next month and I'm so excited. Like, you have no idea how excited I am for that. Because I'm not just going to the concert, but I'm also a VIP. So I'm very excited about this and it's just, oh my god!
So I made this video about Nick and how I liked him and all this, but I also made that little clip that I just showed you, and really, like, this concert experience was just a total disaster for me. So first of all, this was in a club. The concert was held at Cowboys Casino. I had never set foot into a club, and the fact that I had to go into one by myself scared the living hell out of me. Like, you have no idea how terrified I was to go to a friggin' nightclub by myself, especially on my first time. So I was like, alright, I was already nervous for it. And I kept bitching about it to my family and to Elias, and I just didn't know what to do about it. Like, as excited as I was, the nerves of having to go by myself was what really got me. About 2 weeks before the show, this happened.
Currently we're listening to Nick Carter. Marissa, do you want to tell him why?
I was going to Nick Carter by myself and then he bought a ticket. So he's got to learn songs in 2 weeks.
And because of this, he is now a fan, and he bought a ticket willingly. So I took him to the show. But that still meant I had to go to the meet and greet by myself. Now, I got an email saying that I had to be at the club by 4 o'clock because that's when they were gonna start letting the VIPs in. I was running a little bit late and I got to Stampede Park like at 3:57. So I was freaking out and I didn't know where I was supposed to go. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So I showed up to the casino like completely out of breath. Like, I had never been so nervous to stand in a line to meet somebody before. But waiting in line for the extra hour before getting let in was like the absolute most terrifying thing. So during this whole time, I'm getting to know people. I met some pretty interesting people actually, and here's a picture of a few people that I met. And I swear to you, I seriously think I was the youngest person there. Like, oh my god. Everybody that I talked to was older than me by at least 5 years, so I was like, this is weird. The band came out and I was like, okay, they're just gonna warm up, whatever. I didn't really think about Soundcheck. I don't know why, but I didn't. The band started warming up, and then when I looked up, because everybody started screaming, I was like, oh my god, because Nick was right in front of me. And I was just like, what? Where did he come from? Like, what happened? And then he did a version of All American that was supposed to be Canadian. He renamed it All Canadian, and I was just like, why? Like, I get it, but at the same time I was like, why? Because not all the lyrics matched up, even with the ones that he had changed, so I was like, alright. And then we did a Q&A. Yeah, I was fine for the majority of that. I was excited, I was getting more and more nervous because Like, I was gonna meet Nick soon, and I was just like, oh my god. I was probably one of the last people to meet him, and my picture became so awkward. So first of all, I had a bag with me because I had to come straight from Elias's house, and I needed to carry stuff with me, so I brought my bag. In my bag I brought in Nick's book so I could get it signed. When I got up to the front of the line, the guy went to go take my bag, and then he went to go take my book from me because he was like, Nick's not doing autographs. And I looked up and I was like, but the girl in front of me is getting a DVD signed, and he was like, oh. So I almost didn't get Nick to sign my book because the security guard didn't want me to get it signed. But what happened was literally I went up to Nick and I looked down at my feet. I was like, can you sign this for me? And I literally didn't look up at him until he looked down at the book. This is kind of where I blacked out. Like, I didn't faint. I've never fainted while meeting a celebrity. But like, I don't really remember what happened after this. I remember the photographer saying, really get in there. The flash went off, and that's kind of where it's a blur. Nick gave me a hug and he said something to me, but I don't know exactly what he said. Like, I don't remember a single word that Nick actually said to me. So after that, all the VIPs got kicked out because the ultimate VIPs got to have a drink with him before the show, and there was only about 5 of them. So we all got kicked out until showtime. Again, I was fine, but when it came time for actual show, this is another part of the night that I don't remember. Like, there's bits and pieces of it that I do, and I have pictures of it. I don't remember a lot of the stuff that happened. I remember looking up at one point and Nick being on the opposite side of the stage and just like going nuts with a friggin' water bottle, drenching himself and then throwing water at people, and I was like, what the hell? I remember the girl beside me trying to pick me up at one point, and there was another point where she tried to like get at Nick, and in that process she leaned over onto me and bent me backwards with my arm up like this so we could try and touch him, and I was just like, oh my god. Like, Elias literally said to me, like, him and this girl's boyfriend just kind of looked at each other like, why are we here? It was weird. Like, I don't remember anything. I remember very little from this concert, and like, that's so sad. And I can only imagine what's gonna happen next year when I go to the Larger Than Life in Vegas. In my Halloween hunt video, I had said that I'm so pissed off that I'm not going to Larger Than Life, but now I am. Now, my concern is that if I acted like this with just one of the Backstreet Boys, what's gonna happen when you add the other 4? Like, because we're not just going to the concert, we are full on meeting them, and I am way too concerned about what's gonna happen when I meet all 5 of them, because like, not only is Nick my favorite, but I also have a thing for Brian. What's gonna happen? Like, I was already so bad with Nick. What's gonna happen when I meet the other 4? This is gonna be an experience, and I will keep you posted on that when it happens. So from what I do remember from the night, it was fun. I just wish I didn't black out as much as I did, because a lot of the people that I had met did end up laughing at me for it. And they asked me why it was happening, if I got starstruck or whatnot, and I was like, no, I've met a lot of people, I just don't know why, like, I'm blacking out. I don't know if it was just because like I seriously love Nick, or like it was something else going on that day, but either way, I blacked out. Other than that, guys, there's not a lot to say about this because I really don't remember a thing. Until next time, bye guys.
Change back. Alright. Let's go, California. God, we're back again. Just as everybody saying, gonna bring the flame and show you how. Gotta push you for you, better hands.